you doing, everybody? It's Bad Brad. And as I've got only a little bit of time left here in Nashville, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I mean, we've got to sell this house and move into our temporary digs, and then wait for our permanent digs to finish the build process and all that entails with this. And you know, I sent the wife out shopping and with Mia, and I just came up here and I literally threw up a 1-chord jam in C, and you know, and just played, because you know what, it's playing that keeps us alive. You know, I get lots of trolls on this channel. You know, for the most part, everybody is really cool. And I just want to thank everybody for supporting me and checking out my videos, and, you know, all the positivity that comes. I know sometimes, you know, I'm critical in my videos. That's part of my personality, is I like to tell the truth. And sometimes the truth is painful for people to hear. And, you know, between the, you know, take off your wig trolls and the dye job trolls and all that, look, man, I'm in the entertainment business. Having a good haircut, which this is my real hair, having a good haircut has been a definite need. I noticed immediately when I started getting my hair styled in this town, I started getting more calls. You know, I used to not give two rats, you know what's, about how I looked and the image. You know, I had just left LA and everybody was all about the image, and it's all pretty ridiculous. We're just human beings just trying to get by. But, you know, and this is a bit of a all over the place ramble, because, you know, it's just one of those videos. And, you know, it's a tough business. You do get picked for certain things by your image, and that's even more so now. I know, you know, it's a totally new generation of music, and, you know, just like my parents might have looked at what my musicians looked like back then when I was in my 20s, they might have looked at it with disgust. And I kind of have the same look. I see the way these bands and stuff look now, and I just go, you know, it's not me, but hey, man, I get it. You've got to fit in. And the same thing with Los Angeles. When I moved out there, you know, I was just, you know, a hick from Virginia, and I had, you know, almost a John Stamos, you know, not quite a mullet, but pretty close. And I remember being at GIT, and this black drummer that I was playing with, really good drummer, he said to me, man, man, I need to take you to get a haircut. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He says, well, man, you know, the first time I saw you play, he said, man, that hick can play. And I was like, wow. Well, he's like, look, man, I'm going to take you to a salon, and we're going to get them to style your hair. And that was maybe my first experience with that, realizing that the way I looked and the way I carried myself, you know, and even now, I mean, look, dude, I'm in my sweats, I'm in my little, you know, wick, you know, sweat-proof t-shirts, because that's what I wear around the house. And when I'm not full-time dadding and, you know, or out playing a gig, I'm trying to squeeze in time to do these videos for you guys. And again, sorry if this is a bit of a ramble and all over the place. It's not the typical, you know, play a little bit and explain what I did, although I can definitely explain, you know, how I approached playing over that C chord. I used my major pentatonic and my minor pentatonic and my, you know, my Lydian and, you know, and all that stuff, and B major 7 arpeggios. If you want to get something out of this lesson, play a B major 7 arpeggio over C7. There's your lesson. But you know, it's really hard times right now with all that we have going on. I've got 2 more gigs left in Nashville, and then I'm bye-bye. It's going to be scary. This video is probably going to come out after I've left, because I just don't want, after being here since 1994, and I'm not even going to count how long that's been, but just the 2000s. All right, so 94 to 2004, that's 10 years, right? And then 2014, that's 20. So I've been here 30 years, and I've played every kind of gig there is. So people that say, I'm jealous of this person or I'm jealous of that, I'm not jealous of anybody, man. I've done it. I've got plaques on the wall. I've played hundreds of gigs, some great with lots of people, and some with not so many people. I even just recently, my 4th to last gig, man, it was straight up a character builder. And I may have talked about it on this channel before, but character builder is a gig you're playing to an empty room. You're playing to essentially an empty room. And there was a die-hard 5 or 6 people in this place that were loving it. And we were playing our hearts out to them. But, it's starting to feel like it is time to leave Nashville. The scary part about it is I'm 57 years old, and starting over in a new town was not something that I ever wanted to do. I thought I would live out the rest of my life here in Nashville and play when people called me. I'm not actively hustling every day, trying to play every day and going down to Broadway and all that. But what I do is, if people want to pay me what I want to work for, and I will show up and I'll do everything they ask. I'm just trying to limit what I do. I don't play some of the same clubs that I used to play. I was getting more and more selective, like Spinal Tap. I was getting more and more selective about the gigs that I would take, because I don't want to be put in bad situations where, I got to try and collect the money afterwards. I don't want to play places that are too loud at this point. I feel like I've gotten out of, my 30 years here in Nashville and another 10 years, or maybe less than that, maybe another 6 years, 7 years in Los Angeles. And I've gotten out of it with decent hearing. I'm still able to walk. I don't have any substance abuse problems. I don't drink anymore. I've come out of it alive. And that is a major, major thing, because, man, has it been tough and sometimes great. And it's been a lot of work and a lot of gigs and a lot of time spent playing guitar. And I've loved just about every minute that I've gotten to play my guitar on stage with all the different bands. And I've started, it's my time in life where some of my favorite people that I used to play with, they're no longer with us. And, there's one in particular, Scat Springs, who was, he always talk about him when we'd be on gigs, because he was just such a character and, a great performer, but he had his foibles like the rest of us. And so, a lot, when those people were gone, there's other gigs and you do other stuff, but man, they can't be replaced. Richard Griffin is another one that's gone, and it was somebody that I played with when I first started playing here in Nashville in 1994. The great Richard Griffin, great sax player, great singer, great personality on stage. Like, he could do a down home blues like nobody's business and tell this whole story and just keep the audience like enthralled. And once those guys are gone, they're gone. And there's a younger crop of players. I had an epiphany a while back. This is like in 2013, and or 2014, 10 years ago, and I was playing with the B.B. King All-Stars down at B.B. King's. And it was 4 nights a week, and I think I made $450 a week. I mean, it wasn't like crazy good money. And the tips down there, you'd be lucky if you got $8 to pay your parking. But, you know, I was carrying my 2 guitars on my back and pulling a cart, a dolly, with an amp and a pedal board all the way to this parking garage about a block and a half up a hill. And if you know Nashville, it's very hilly. Downtown it's like this, like a roller coaster. And I had this epiphany, man. I'm rolling this stuff up the hill, and I'm hearing another band in one of the competing clubs, and they're in there playing Superstition, and they're in there playing Brick House, and they're in there playing the same stuff that we had just got done playing, and I had this epiphany, like, look, when it's your time to stop doing this, it's going to carry on. People are going to keep doing it, and they are the younger generation of guys, and they're playing the clubs that I don't play anymore. And, I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. I am having so much fun doing YouTube and putting these videos together, even though people complain sometimes when I just shoot on my iPhone like I'm doing right now. They complain that I'm not using a mic, and why don't you buy a mic? Hey man, I've got a box full of mics. I produced albums, with my little studio setup. So I can plug a mic in, I can dial it in, I can do all that. But it's spontaneity, and this is more of a rant than anything. We've talked about Trolls, we talked about playing B flat major 7 arpeggios over a C7. We've talked about Nashville and my 30 years that I spent here, and achieving certain things. And there's been lots of heartbreak as well, but I'm in a good place because I have my family and my daughter and my wife, and I'm looking forward to it. At this point in time, I'm looking forward to the change. There's going to be a couple months where I'm going to be in limbo, and during that time, I have recorded a ton of videos over the last few months. I've been stockpiling material. If you were following my channel, you notice I put these videos up, and it's going to be scheduled at this time. And what I was trying to do is schedule my videos for the next 2 to 3 months because I was going to be gone. Now, I understand some people were getting upset at that because it was filling up their YouTube feed, and for videos that are coming out 2 months from now, and so I pulled all that stuff down, and I've got this stockpile of videos that are already uploaded on YouTube. So even if I am unable to edit and do wherever I'm at, I'll be able to continue uploading here. And videos like this, very spontaneous. This, once these videos run out, and I'm going to be, putting updates and talking and doing, and maybe even doing some videos on acoustic in a little, down, somewhere where it's quiet and, tropical looking. So, I'm going to continue with this channel, and it's going to be full bore. I've got some ideas for where I'm going and what I'm going to be doing, and bringing some other people into this to join me on some things. And it's all just kind of ideas in my head right now. And the main thing is that we all just keep going. Don't let anything stop you in life, man. Life is too short. Play your guitar, enjoy life, get plenty of rest, eat some good food. If you want to have a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. If you don't want to have a glass of wine, don't have a glass of wine. Life can throw you a lot of curveballs. And like I said, I never thought I would leave Nashville. I love it here. I love that I walk, I could throw a rock and hit a guitar shop. But, I have to sometimes do things that's important for the family. And this is a move that we're going to have to do because of my wife's work. So I'm going to have to find gigs at 57 years old. I'm going to have to start from zero. And it might take me a while. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to be cranking on YouTube big time. So stick around. Thanks for watching this video. I know it was kind of all over the place, but man, I just needed to play today and get some things off my chest. Thanks so much for watching. You can help me out greatly by purchasing anything you buy on Amazon. Just hit the link in my description. Buy whatever you need. Heck, you can buy diapers if you want, whatever you want. And the same thing goes for my Sweetwater link. If you're looking to buy an amp and you purchase stuff from Sweetwater anyway, just use my link and buy whatever you want. It helps this channel out greatly. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Bad Brad, and I'm out of here. Thanks.